Every year I have to let customers go. And every year I sit there with a text message written and wait for hours before sending it. Not because it's the wrong call, it's always the right call, but because of guilt. Fake obligation to people who would replace me within a week. I lost years to that feeling. Other people owned my calendar and I had a life that I genuinely hated. And I felt like this is what being a responsible, good person feels like. Here's what I know now that I didn't know then. Nobody is making you carry the guilt around. You decided to pick it up and take it into every relationship you go into. And the day you understand that, guilt stops working on you. And so do people who are trying to use it to manipulate you. A lot of people want to work with me. And if I accept all of them, they just eat up all my calendar. And when I failed with this, I had a work week where I worked 7 days a week from 6 or 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. with one break in the middle that lasted about an hour. And I hated my life. I also genuinely hated some people that I worked with. They were terrible energy vampires, negative attitude to life, but I accepted them because I was so scared of disappointing others. I never had time just to do things because I wanted to do them. I always had to do things for other people, provide a service, do this for them, make them happy. And because of that, my mood got slammed. I was showing first signs of depression and hopelessness just because every single moment of my day didn't belong to me. It belonged to somebody else that didn't care about me or my well-being. They just cared about what I was able to provide for them. The worst part was that I was giving energy to strangers who would replace me in a week if I died. But because of that, I had no energy for the people that actually mattered to me. I learned that the energy going to the people that don't care about me is energy taken from the people that I care about. The funny part is everyone gives you this advice of just set boundaries, just say no. And I know it better than anyone else. I heard all of those things. Successful people say no more often. Successful people prioritize their own time and calendar. And I was the idiot who was putting every single hour from my calendar into other people's hands. And I knew that advice, but I wasn't able to follow it. It just wasn't applicable. It fails because boundaries are downstream. They are a result of an area realization. Before you can set any boundary or say no, you need to wake up and realize that you are in complete control of the feelings of guilt. You are actively holding them. And I get it, because the reason most people please and don't put themselves first is because they are afraid of doing what they want and being okay with other people not liking it, being disappointed, or being angry with them. So even if I gave you a script, here is how to set boundaries in your relationship, here is how to set boundaries with your family, here is how to set boundaries with your customers, you still wouldn't follow it. I know, because I didn't. I saw all those scripts, this is how you set boundaries in a relationship, but I couldn't follow them because I didn't realize I was the one creating all the guilt. Everything you carry with you, the fake obligations, the guilt, the insecurities, you picked up, like you personally had to take in those things and keep them inside you, which means that you are the one who can put them down right now. And nobody has to agree to it. Listen, this feeling came from conditioning. It came from your parents and your environment teaching you that in order to be a good person, you need to make others happy. You need to put other people first. And if you make yourself happy, you're selfish. From now on, I would like you to change your perspective on guilt. Guilt when you do something doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It's just a signal showing you that you are programmed to be obedient. And the problem is the obligation isn't mutual. People wouldn't do the things for you that you're doing for them right now. And I still struggle with it every day. But here is how I learned to deal with it. The first thing that I do is just label it plainly. I say, I'm feeling guilty because I did something that this person didn't prefer. And most often, just saying that makes it drop, because I realize how absurd it is. Everybody is selfish. Everybody does what they want to do. Why would I feel guilty for doing something that other person wouldn't prefer? With my life, I don't live for them. If it doesn't, I just mirror the question and I ask, well, what would this person do if they were in my shoes? If we reverse sides, would they feel guilty? And the answer is always the same. They wouldn't think twice. They would blink and prioritize themselves. And that's when I realized I don't owe them then anything, and they don't owe me anything. So I am free to put myself first. They are free to put themselves first too. And the whole facade breaks. This works because it's not some language pattern or magic trick. It's just truth. This changes how you see reality. You realize how much power you had all the time. And it makes you stop subscribing to the conditioning that you've held for so long. When someone is guilt tripping you, you realize that they are just using a manipulation tactic. And once you see it, it breaks and you're immune to it. And you might ask, why do all of this? Well, separating from guilt and fake obligation is what allowed me to grow as an entrepreneur. Once I allowed myself to let bad customers go, everything in my life improved. I had more time, I was making more money, my delivery got better because I had more enthusiasm, and I had the time to say yes to the people that I actually wanted to work with. Without it, I would be stuck at the same level for years, miserable, depressed, and I would probably give up. There's also a counterintuitive part here, because doing that enabled me to become a better person. Paradoxically, not letting guilt dictate my actions made my product better. Now, isn't that how you end up as a selfish prick who just ends up alone in the end? If you've watched this far, this isn't you. Someone who stops to think and ask, am I going to hurt people? Is not a person that hurts people. The people who hurt people don't even think about it. If you're worried about this, you need to be more assertive, not less. And the people who genuinely don't care if they hurt people, they aren't even watching this video. They are already self-prioritizing as they go. Now, if you still struggle, here is the line. If somebody annoys you once, give them a chance, forgive. But if it's someone who has been draining you for years or months, you're completely free to let them go. So one time, forgive. But if it happens more often, it's your choice and your responsibility to kick that person out of your life, because if you don't, they will actively take away from your quality of life and they will make you worse for all the people around you. I wish I could tell you that I figured it out, but I struggle with it every single year. But I've realized that immunity isn't absence of guilt. It's awareness that guilt is a signal, but I don't have to listen to it every single time. And honestly, a calendar that you own is how freedom looks like day to day. If you're interested in building your physical, financial, and mental freedom, this is exactly what I'm documenting on this channel. So if that sounds interesting, subscribe and see you in the next one.